Plaintiff Linda Wheatley is a teacher, and on the first day of school after winter break, she and her colleagues went out for lunch. Linda claims after she parked in the restaurant parking lot, the defendant came out of his car cursing at her, and then he keyed her car, so she's suing. Defendant Larry Klimper says on the day of the incident, he had just gotten a bad medical diagnosis and was admittedly in a bad mood. Larry claims he was backing into a parking spot when Linda swooped in and stole it from him. So, in a fit of rage, he damaged her car. However, he believes Linda is suing for more than he owes.
Start with you.
Okay, I'm a school teacher, and it was January 4th. We were on our first day back after Christmas break. A group of us were going out to lunch, and we took 2 or 3 different cars, and I was in the lead car, and we pulled into a restaurant, and from trying to go have lunch, Mr. Klimper had some sort of 8th grade temper tantrum, and I don't even really know what happened until after the fact. I pulled into a parking place, and I went on into lunch, and one of my colleagues who was in the car behind me saw Mr. Klimper get out and act like a fool, and I was...
You didn't know him?
I did not know him.
Okay.
I was walking into the restaurant. I turned around because I heard someone calling me a from behind me, and when I looked, Mr. Klimper was coming toward me, and I just said, "Really?" And I walked into the restaurant. Miss Walters, my witness, she did not come into the restaurant. She called me and said, "Come on out to the parking lot," that she had seen someone vandalizing my car.
Plaintiff Linda Wheatley is suing the defendant because after he falsely accused her of stealing his parking spot at a restaurant, he vandalized her car.
Why don't you give me some background on this, sir, and then we'll get to the actual damages. How did it go from the beginning from your standpoint?
First of all, I'm not a confrontational person. I've never been in trouble a day in my life. That morning, in fact, just shortly before that, I went to the parking lot there. I'd just gotten some medical diagnosis that could be career-ending for me, so I really wasn't in a very good frame of mind. I pulled into the parking lot and was trying to back into a parking place. She pulled in behind me, and as I was backing in, she pulled right in behind me and whipped into the parking place. I did get out, and I did confront her, and I called her exactly what she said I called her, and she told me that I should be quicker, that it wasn't her problem, that I was trying to back in there. I went ahead and parked someplace else, and I was mad. I mean, I was probably angrier than I can ever remember being, just because of her attitude when she walked away from me.
I didn't know
And I
who
walked
you
over to her
were.
car. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I walked over to her car, and I pulled out a key, and I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong at the time I did it, but at that point, I didn't care. If I could have turned that car into dust, I would have. And that's
All
it.
right, let me hear you describe what happened.
Mr. Klimper reminds me of my students. I teach middle school kids, and this is how they handle problems, so I hope to use this for a lesson, that when you're angry, there's better ways to take care of things. I looked at him crazy because I've never seen him before. I had no idea. He had passed the parking spot and was going to back into it during a busy lunch rush. I didn't know he was backing in. He'd passed the spot, and I pulled in.
I'm halfway into the spot, ma'am. You knew exactly
Flat out
what I
lie.
was doing.
Flat
And that's
out
why
lie.
your
Let
friend.
her finish, sir. So
Okay.
far, you've been very respectful of her and of me and all of that. So I'm giving you a little credit here. So don't mess it up.
Your Honor, I did not know why he was coming after me or why he was cursing at me. I had no idea. I just walked away.
You had to have an idea. A man call you that?
Well, I've had parents call me that and students call me
Well,
that,
you
but
know
not
why they
complete
did
strangers.
it. All right. And tell me, is it any different than he said with regard to the damage?
No,
Okay.
the damage, that's the only thing he's told the truth about.
All right. Did you go to the police? What happened after that?
I have some pictures of him with the
You
police.
see it, please.
It was my suggestion we call the police, not her.
Pardon?
It was my suggestion we call the police.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I have the police report
Well,
too.
he
that
could have left, so he must have, were the police there to witness it? I mean, he
My
waited on the
witness-
police, obviously.
No.
My witness called the police.
And was he charged? I see
Yes,
the
he
officer
was.
writing a ticket.
Yes.
And what was the ticket? Let's see.
Molesting a vehicle. That's what it says.
Sounds horrible, doesn't it?
To each his own, sir.
I did a double take on
Whatever
that
your
one, too.
thing, your thing is your thing.
I also have my witness statement. She couldn't be here because school starts
Let's
in the
see it,
morning.
please. But he admits to having done it. What discussions has there been regarding payment since you were ticketed, sir, and you admit to doing
I
it?
received a ticket. I paid a $545 fine. I was given a deferred sentence. I called several body shops, and they gave me an unseen estimate at between $800 and $1,200. My attorney also called some body shops and got an estimate of between $1,000 and $1,200. I offered to even pay for a rental car for her when her car was getting fixed.
Well, I'm just curious why the judge didn't order restitution for
The
the
judge-
loss that this woman suffered. Did he order restitution?
Restitution,
All
yes.
right, there you go.
And the district attorney, I talked to her, and she said that he had been ordered by the court to pay me.
There you go.
And
All
I
right.
have
That's a lie.
text messages from him, and where he's been calling me after this has happened,
Do
so
you
he
have-
knows how to get a hold of me.
Yeah, do you have a receipt or estimate of what the
Yes.
repairs are? I'll go with that.
Yes.
And sir, you said you obtained an estimate?
Not in writing, just over the phone, and my attorney also did. What she said as far as
Do
my
you have a
contact-
letter from your attorney saying that he?
No.
All right. Last
The only
remark.
contact I had with her was after I got served with the small claims filing. I sent her a text message. I told her who I was. Told her that we could get her car done a lot cheaper than $1,700, and she came back with $1,900 and something.
All right, I
court
got your
costs,
point.
And she said it was already done.
Got it.
Plaintiff Linda Wheatley is suing the defendant because after he falsely accused her of stealing his parking spot at a restaurant, he vandalized her car.
Do you have any temperament problems, sir, previous to that?
Never.
All
The
right.
prosecutor told me he's had several arrest warrants in Colorado and 2 in Oklahoma.
No.
For outburst of,
She wouldn't tell me why.
all right, could be in driving violations, running a red light, running a stop sign. All right, just trying to find out because he seems like a stand-up guy, seems very calm today, and maybe that was just something regarding the news that he received and was angry and stressed at that news because it just doesn't come across as an angry, disrespectful guy. He admitted everything that you allege. In fact, he said it before you did. He described the damage before you got around to it. He was just trying to get off a little cheap now, I will say that about him. But the outburst, of course, I'm critical of that, and of course, we're going to hold you liable for that. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $1,732. Have a good day, sir.
I'm disappointed. You apologized to me at the courthouse a week ago, and now you acted and told lies again.
Whatever you say. But I
Man's
will
a
say
liar.
this, what I called you the day I first met you, it still goes.